We almost got there in 12, we lost by a field goal. In 13, we lost by maybe a try. Like, every year we were so close, and Laurie came in as the coach.
Yeah, I got to play the year before, but to be named for the number 6 for the Blues, there's a photo that Grenade Guards took of me just literally looking at my jersey. That moment that I realised that I'm going to play number 6 for the Blues, and next to me, my little mate in Hocko.
Like, that guy had been in the injury horrors, so I was delighted for him and Josh, like this unfancied halfback pairing.
It was the 100th game at Suncorp. Arthur Beetson had just passed away, so Queensland had retired his jersey, and we knew that they had 2 games at Suncorp.
The hardest position to be in an Origin arena is definitely the number 7 jersey, but also in the halves. There's pressure. There's pressure of the whole state on you. The Queensland papers writing, who let the duds out instead of who let the dogs out.
We had a mentality where it was do whatever it takes to win. We knew that if we could go up and win the first game and up at Suncorp, that we could really ruffle their feathers. And in that game, I think you saw players that were willing to do whatever it took to win that game.
Whatever it takes, like, you put your body, put your mind in places it doesn't want to go. And I think that's what Origin for me was about.
Oh, he's hurt himself. He's in agony, the try scorer.
For Brett, obviously, he broke his shoulder scoring the try and managed to stay out there. He came up with the try-saving tackle in the corner to pretty much win us the game.
Brett Morris with a magnificent tackle.
The darkest place I'd ever been in was that Suncorp game, but I just didn't want to let my mate down. I just didn't. I didn't want to let my mate down and let my state down because I was over it.
For myself, I hurt my knee.
So Morris is off on the far side of the ground and he's limping back on as play comes to his side and he makes the tackle, Josh Morris.
When you look back in Origin folklore, you see him down on one leg and get back up and go and tackle Greg Inglis, even though he was out for a number of weeks. It was pretty incredible.
He was down on the sideline and comes back and makes a tackle with a PCL. But that's just made him the person he is, and that's why we all loved him.
But that was just more about trying to protect Brett from having to make a tackle.
Tap by Smith, gone from Parker, gone to Thurston, gone to Hodges, now to Slater. Slater is tackled! New South Wales have won the first game of the encounter.
Chop Watmow, he ruptured his bicep, and then Bo Scott, after the match finish, collapsed with exhaustion and went into the dressing room, and for about 10 minutes Laurie just sat there and didn't say a word. He just let the players recover, and then eventually had his speech and just said, now we've got to go back down to Sydney and win that game.
We're over losing to that team. I was born and bred here. I love it here. So it hurt me for all those years that we were losing, and for me to be able to try and have some impact on that was special. So I just remember that hooter going at Suncorp, and there was 4 of us, and we literally just turned around and went to the crowd, and we were just like, get that well and truly into you. Because 1, it's hard to win game 1 up at Suncorp, and 2, not many people have done it. So we were just super proud, and I think it all just come out. But the thing was, we knew we had another big game, and even though I was at home, I didn't care what anyone says. When you're playing against a team like that, at home or not, you better be ready to play.
The Blues, 8 torturous years. They're on the edge of a series victory. There is no room for self-doubt tonight.
Now a little bit of push and shove.
I couldn't see how many times I've watched that dummy.
Farah, dummies, double pumps. Hodkinson is over. Hodkinson comes around. He puts the ball down. The Canterbury halfback.
I'm so proud that I get to call him my mate, because what a moment goes down in Origin folklore because he threw that dummy.
I was so happy for him, so happy for a person, knowing what he's been through, and somehow managed to find a way to get the win.
He'd been through a lot of stuff, and I just love that he was the guy that threw that dummy. No one can ever take that away from us, ever. I don't care what you say about us, hate us or love us. We broke that drought. There's a photo of me jumping into Luke Lewis's arms and like he's carrying me like a baby, and there's a flame in the background, and even all the things off it, like embracing Hocko after it. And I just remember seeing the sea of crowd. There's no emotion that can, there's honestly nothing to be able to explain that.
Yeah, it was so good to share that 14 win with them, Brett, but also the blokes like Gal, Birdie, Luke Lewis, those blokes that have been there for a long time and hadn't had that success. So certainly a memorable game and series.
Holding up that shield, we knocked off one of the best ever Queensland teams. It was a great experience.
For the 5 million people back in New South Wales. Yeah!